Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to talk about perfectionism today, and I've made notes which I've realised that's the key. So I think I mentioned, I mentioned in my first video back that one of the reasons I wanted to do this kind of experiment month of videos was because I have realised recently that I do have some perfectionist tendencies. And I'm trying to work on them because, you know, we love a bit of self-improvement and self-development. But one of the reasons I wanted to share that is because I didn't know this about myself until literally a few months ago. So I didn't really realise up until my ripe old age of 32 that I can be a perfectionist, and it's because I think I had quite a strict definition of what I thought a perfectionist was, which was someone who is always aiming for things to be perfect, you know, and would really hyper focus on details and everything had to be exactly right. And I can be quite particular about certain things, but for me the way my perfectionism shows up is more as a fear of failure than it is wanting things to be perfect. I'm quite comfortable with things not being perfect. They just have to be good enough. But what they have to be is good enough. And I have at points, crippling fear of failure or of looking stupid. And that typically just leads me to not try things. It took me way longer to start a YouTube channel than I wanted to. I was thinking about it for ages and ages and ages before I just finally bit the bullet and did it. It took me forever to start weightlifting and to start powerlifting because I was worried about what people were going to think about me or whether I wasn't going to be very good at it. And you know, that's kind of relatively big ways that it shows up, but it shows up in small ways for me too. In particular in work, but it means that I often procrastinate on things. Everyone procrastinates, but for me there are certain types of things that I procrastinate on, and in particular it's things that I don't enjoy doing or things that I perceive are going to be difficult to do, and it's because I don't want to do them badly. And it does also show up for me in a little bit of discomfort around ambiguity. But again, it's really more when I don't know if I'm going to be good at something, or if I think I'm going to be bad at something, I will go to great lengths to avoid it. And it is definitely rooted in me worrying about what other people are going to think of me. I'm sure there is something there subconsciously about, well, you know, if I'm bad at something, that means I'm a shit person or whatever. But it is really more about how other people are going to perceive me. And I should have known. It was a surprise to literally nobody except me. When I spoke to my mum and my boyfriend about it, they were both like, yeah, duh, I could have told you that. But it really took having my knee injury for me to realise that that is a thing that shows up for me regularly. And for that it was, well, I can't do all of my workouts 100%, so therefore I'm not gonna be improving on my lifts, so therefore that means I'm not good at them, so therefore why am I even trying? So I guess that's maybe a bit more into the traditional perfectionist thing, but yeah, it's more of a well, if I'm going to be bad at something, why am I even bothering? And that is the attitude that I really need to try and want, you know, not just need, but I really want to try and work on that aspect of learning to accept that it is okay to be bad at something, and that doesn't mean you know, that I'm completely shit. So that's a pretty short run through, but I don't really have any advice. I'm really at the start of this, so if you have any advice for me, I'm all ears. I've not really done much research on it either. I'm sure there are thousands and thousands of YouTube videos about people dealing with perfectionism, but it's more a fear of failing than always needing to be perfect and the best. That's where I'm at with it, and I think I'll leave it there. I hope you have a lovely 5th of December. We're 5 for 5 so far. I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'll see you soon.